All right, hello again, everybody. It's Troy here, and yeah, so this is a 4 video series, so it's going to be 5 in total. This is the 4th out of 5. So essentially, what I'm doing, the last 3 videos were me adjusting my baby worm bins, aerating them, give them more food, all that stuff. And this one here is this one and the next one's going to be the same thing. It's essentially taking roughly 2,500 mature worms and splitting basically splitting it and putting it into two bins. So for that, I would have liked this to sit a bit longer, but I have some bedding that I made, which is essentially cocoa core and what was in there. I think pretty much just cocoa core, some worm castings, and a bunch of cardboard. So, because these are mature, they're going to be at the top. So you're going to get a good peek at them before they hide away. So look out. Yeah, these guys are probably not going to want to go to their new home, but they don't really got a say in it. So before I do that, I'm just going to kind of check out this bin and see what's going on in it. So just like all the others, I put a bunch of food there and a bunch of food there. So let's see, first of all, the moisture and if there's actually any food. And I should have said this. I didn't actually say this in any of my videos, and I realize now that it's kind of silly for me not to say it. But these are red wigglers. I don't think I said it anyways. So, Cynia fetida, and I hope you can see that. These are obviously much easier to see than the other bins where they were just babies. And here, maybe I'll go more in the center because I have 2 bins here. I can't put them the other direction. Makes it a bit more awkward for me, but I just realized that the best camera views are going to be more in the center of this bin here for you. So again, there should be, and this definitely happy I'm aerating this today. Not that it smells bad or anything like that, but they're just compact from a week without really doing any fluffs or anything like that. So I didn't give them a lot of food. I gave them some food 3 or 4 days ago. I don't honestly remember exactly what it was. It was not a lot. It was just a slurry, just to kind of tide them over because I knew I wanted to do something more thorough today. So this was, oh yeah, that's what was in the other one. It was peppers, some like yellow peppers or whatever. And you can hear an angry honk outside. So yeah, so you can see basically they're all good, active. I'm probably going to repeat this in every one of my videos until people see at least a few of them and kind of get the idea. But I really want to show more of the actual like video of the worms and not just talking about them where you're kind of like an eagle eye bird's view and you can't really see what's going on in the bin. So please let me know if something is difficult to see, and I'll do what I can to probably either boost up the lighting or increase the resolution or both. I have more lights and stuff like that. I figured 2 of them were enough, but I probably want a third one. So yeah. So that being said, the slurry I gave them the other day, I mean, it's absolutely gone. There wasn't. Oh, here's a little ball of worms eating some banana. And the little white stuff that you see like kind of like right there and whatever. And it's, I mean, there and there and there. That's just worm chow. Probably oyster shells. Um, that stuff takes a long time to break down. But yeah, I have absolutely no interest, as much as it's good and cheap and stuff. I have absolutely zero interest in keeping eggshells and then cooking them and and then crushing them. That's just too much of a pain in the butt for me. Considering I bought, I paid too much, but it was what they had on Amazon. Some crushed oyster shells. So the key word being there is crushed. I don't know how much I paid. I think like maybe $10-12 for a small little, like maybe a pound or something like that. But then I see on a farm feed place near me that I could have got, like, I think it was 50 pounds or 25 pounds or something. I think it was 50 pounds for $25 or something, so I just have to find a way to economically crush them myself. So if I can crush them myself, then, see, that I'm okay with, because I don't have to prepare them. I don't have to, people say that they smell when you cook them, and I'm not interested in doing that with eggshells. But I know they need the grit, the calcium, and all that stuff. So like here's definitely some worm chow that was in the middle probably. I gave them a small amount yesterday, so I'm not surprised at all that this worm chow was still there. It was just basically a tester to make sure that they were okay with it before I gave it to the rest of the population. So. And the moisture in this one is good. Marginally less moist than the last couple of bins, but like really not that much less. But there is a hell of a lot of stuff in here, which is why I am splitting it, because my core focus right now is. Although my core focus 2 weeks ago when I set up these bins with the new worms was to just have them not run away and crawl all over my house, because we made a deal. Me and these worms made a deal. You stay in your house, and then they can stay in my house. If they crawl around the house, well, then there's problems. And my wife was okay with that deal. So I didn't want really to mess with them too much. I put them from the bag. I put them in here, gave them a bit of slurry, and pretty much didn't tick them off much past that point. But now they're just too much, just too big, and I want them to breed. That's my primary goal right now, is to have them breed. So basically, need to move them around and split them up. And frankly, I'm probably gonna. Oh, apparently that was a semi-worm ball. Probably gonna split them up again in a couple of weeks. That's my expectation, anyways. I am a terrible carpenter. I would certainly never call myself a carpenter. I know how to use tools, but I'm more useful when it comes to designing and stuff like that. Apparently, I can't get measurements right to save my life. That being said, I built the crappy little worm, the worm rack, I guess we'll call it. So the worm rack, I built that. It's actually in my closet. And it holds 8 of these mortar trays right now, because I ran out of wood that I wanted to use. So I have to put another shelf in there, and then it'll hold 10. So for right now, I can have 8. And yeah, that's basically I'm gonna have 7. So I have 5 right now. I'm splitting 2 of them splitting 2 of them up. So that'll make me 7. And then I'll probably pull some out of each of the matures in a week or 2, and then make 8. And then hopefully in maybe a month, either split them up again, or split the babies up. I don't really know. And then beyond that, I have to start coming up with creative ideas. So yeah. So the one thing I did not do in the other videos, which I'm going to do now, is actually split some stuff up and use some of the new worm bin stuff. So I'm just going to throw this on here for a second. And so that's not squishing it. So this is pretty wet because I wanted all the microbes to kind of have free reign. So whoa, the bottom of these is almost exactly the dimension of the top, apparently. So what I'm going to do, because this is too wet, again, cocoa core and cardboard and worm castings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a whole bunch of cardboard at the bottom of this. So that when I put this in, I'll be able to dry it out a little bit. Yeah, like, I don't know if you can see, but that's a lot of liquid. But that's okay. That's exactly what I intended. Because I knew I could remove the moisture, and this would speed up the microbes. All right. This poor guy thought he was getting away. He could come out to play. All right. So again, I could probably honestly do this in 3 bins today. But I'm not, because I don't. Yeah. No, that's okay. So I don't know how well. Yeah, you can see some of this bin. Basically, right now I'm just going to mix the dry and the wet cardboard together to see what kind of consistency this is going to give me, at least approximately. And I have probably, oh yeah, there's actually a lot of moisture in the food because it was frozen, so it's drying out. So I'm going to need more cardboard than I'd like. Because all that moisture is just going to go to the bottom. All right. So, is this ideal? Probably not. But, if I didn't say it in this video, I'm on the 2nd level of 2-bedroom house. And, basically we sleep up here. So I don't necessarily want decomposing things to be here all the time and stuff like that. So yeah, so I can't essentially do exactly what you should do, which would be, I hope you can see that okay. Yeah. Which is pretty much decompose stuff for a few weeks before giving it to the worms. Because outside is cold. My basement is finished. And I don't want to put it in the furnace room because, well, we probably don't have a lot of spiders, but I definitely have spiders in there, and I don't want to get like spider nests going, and oh man, like that would be goddamn awful. Yeah, just don't want any part of proliferating spiders. My last house had so many spiders, I literally killed 3 a day because I worked in the basement. And my wife actually stored, as a random side note, my wife was storing, against my better judgment, some seeds, some bird seed in the house. And then we got this infestation of the smallest bugs I've ever seen. So small I had to use like a 50x magnifying camera on the damn things, but there were like millions of them. So I got an exterminator in there, and I asked them how much it was to kill my spiders, and they said, "Give me an extra $100 and I'll do it for you." Chances are it was the same chemical. They probably just made extra money off me. But I don't care because they went away, and it was glorious. Yeah, it was absolutely glorious when they were gone. So that is probably more than I should have actually moved over. Yeah, this is, for my first time doing this, not a perfect science by any stretch. Again, we have grit in here. I have kelp. I have bran, oats, sugar. There's other stuff I just can't honestly remember most of what it is. It's funny, you can still see like the other bin moving around. So I'm gonna dump, making 2 trenches. It's gonna be a significant amount of food, and it's gonna be pretty moist stuff. Kind of much moister than I would like, but it is what it is. Actually, for this bin here, with how moist it's going to become, I'll put this stuff right there. Again, it's not bad, and I'm only going to do it like once a week. So in theory, this is probably about a pound of worms now, but who really knows? Who really knows? There, I have to leave enough food for 3 other bins, so some of the bins are going to get a lot more liquid stuff than this. So I'm actually going to, it's kind of gross as it is, scoop up some of the liquid. Just so the bins kind of have an even amount. And you probably can't see everything I'm doing. I do apologize for that. On the right hand side of me, I had the food that I showed you in the last video, which is basically this stuff here. Nothing terribly amazing. It's a lot of carrots and green beans this time. And yeah, and a lot of cardboard. Because first rule, you need a lot of carbon. So, and I'm pretty sure when I scavenged my cardboard today, because today was cardboard day on my street, it's every 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure I found about 30 pounds of it. So I'm not really hurting for cardboard or anything. But at the same time, when you put this much on, I mean, this isn't a lot, but when you put a good chunk on every week or something, you know, that 30 pounds goes pretty fast. So, you know, while I don't dig in here, or at least while I'm not intending to dig in here, I will definitely stick my head in probably in a couple days to check the interior moisture and stuff like that. All right. So there's this one. Just gonna put him back. I'm gonna have to fix my heat mat after. That's the other thing too. I have a heat mat, and it actually is superb. If anyone is kind of debating heat mats, I'll make one more. This will be just like a super long video. I think this will be my fourth, a super long one, and then I'll make a fifth one just showing you my very basic setup. It'll probably be like a minute or two long. But yeah, anyways, I just realized something. I don't have anywhere near enough bedding for what I wanted to do. I shouldn't have used that much on the last one, so oh well. They're just going to have to have more dry stuff, I guess. And actually, they can have more dry stuff, and they can have more prior castings. So that'll help. I'll just get this going right now. All right. I have so many shreds of cardboard right now all over my floor. It's kind of ridiculous. Sorry you can't see everything I'm doing. Basically right now I'm just grabbing some castings. So when I got my worms from the guy, I also got 150 liters of castings for this exact purpose. So I'll move my other bin over here in a second. You can see but this is exactly, oh man, I'm getting castings everywhere. Damn. Anyways, it was exactly this to inoculate my bins. I'll move my stuff over. So you can kind of see stuff now. So yeah, so I'm basically just gonna prep this with a whole bunch of castings. And my wife is a nurse, so she's sleeping right now. She did the day shift and stuff, or the night shift and stuff like that. So has no actual, doesn't actually pertain to anything. It was just a fun fact. So I don't know if I need more than that, but let's start with that. For any of the newbies out there, make sure you have like kind of working water buckets. And what I would define as a working water bucket is something that stands for a couple days, so that the chlorine in your water, if you're on a city system and the fluoride and all that stuff, has a chance to go away. So it takes a day or two. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. Don't run stuff from a tap. It's certainly not going to kill the worms, I don't think, but it's more than likely going to kill all your little microbes. So yeah, so kind of right now, again, it's nowhere near decomposed because most of this is now just fresh, when I should have made a way bigger batch. But at the same time, I really wasn't thinking. I was thinking ahead, but not thinking as big as I needed to think. But again, that's also why I got all the worm castings, so that and I've been keeping them moist and stuff, so they are while they're not decomposed, this is now very active bedding, because that's the whole point of the compost, right? So I'm going to move these dudes over here, and I actually think I'm going to put a bit more cardboard because I want to throw more over my floor. Partially because I think I'm going to need it, and I don't want to do this again. And partially because I think it'll just dry things out just a little bit more. So I am kind of limited to the vantage point that you're seeing right now, so I hope this is acceptable for most of the time. Most of the time it'll be kind of right here as opposed to split views. So it should be fine. But I wanted to really give you a close-up. If there's anything in the video that was, again, hard to see, I'm trying not to talk terribly loud because my wife is sleeping on this level. So, you know, you might just have to put up your volume or something like that. But yeah, anyways, just let me know in the comments if there's something I missed. Oh, look at all those worms. And the nice thing too, you can feel like, because I have these on heat mats set at about, I don't know, 71, 72 Fahrenheit, something like that. Look at all that. You know, you can just feel the soil warmth. I hope you can see all that. They're not particularly impressed with me right now, but oh well. All right. Well, let's give them a whole bunch more cardboard to munch on. And look at all that. So, bring this more in focus over here now. So, I'm going to make my 2 trenches. There's a bunch of different methods. I've been doing significant research on this over the past few months. A bunch of different methods. In the mortar trays, I find that makes, at least for my purposes, it makes more sense to do 2 trenches. But I'm sure you could do 1 trench. I'm sure top feeding, probably not a problem, but I'd rather hide foods than not. All right, these are, for reference, a 1/4 cup. When I made the bag, I made a, yeah, I don't know if that helps to see it, but I made a 1.5 pounds, I think that was. Yummy. So there should definitely be enough food for them for a week, considering all the cardboard I put in there. There's a lot of broccoli in this one, so it's another. I'm going to dump some more cardboard on it if I find that I'm smelling any of it, because I don't really want to smell any of it. But yeah, definitely in a week, probably I'm going to do the exact same thing I did this week and split this into another few bins. And yeah, because these are already with all the cardboard and bedding and stuff. There's already a lot in here. But that being said, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll wait 2 weeks and who knows. Don't really want to mess with them every single day or anything like that. I basically want to. I religiously check on their temperature. Now I don't have to do it as nearly as much. And their humidity, I kind of spray around the edges every day, or at least how I have it. It's in a closet, so I spray on the front edge that's towards the room because I want to make sure the moisture level stays nice and high. And I have multiple sensors in the room gauging temperature and humidity, and they're on heat mats set to around, again, 71, 72. It's really nice, though, honestly. I do have multiple heat mats, so you'd think that they take a lot of power, but they only run for like a couple minutes at a time, and then they turn off. So when I place my sensors, which here's one right here. Sometimes the light doesn't really work too well on it, but anyways, 71.8 Fahrenheit and 47% humidity. What I have, it's really kind of janky, but I have some exhaust fans or little PC fans essentially that are pointed outside my the window to exhaust some of the smells and stuff like that, to keep it as negative negative in the room, negative pressure in the room, and so that's referencing that. And my other bins, I have some in various levels for the babies and for the matures and all that stuff. And yeah, they stick around 70 to 72 and kind of 42 to 45% RH, right above here, right above the kind of the cardboard the newspaper and stuff like that. So one thing I just realized now that I did not pre-do, so I'm not going to do it in front of you or anything like that because that's just going to take too long. Is I did not cut up any cardboard yet, or not cardboard, but the black matting. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to at least give them the newspaper to kind of get them on their way, and I will go back and do the rest of it after, the plastic part after. If anyone else is from Ottawa or anywhere near Ottawa that has any, anyone can ask questions or whatever, but if anyone is actually in the Ottawa area and wants to get together, come see the place or, meet up somewhere else, please let me know. All right, so that will be it for this bin here. I swear it's just as heavy as the last bin. All right, so here's my last bin. I'm grabbing from my shelf right now that we're going to split. And yeah, FYI, this smells terrible. It's really just like, oh, look at that. I had a little hanger on. You funny little dude. It's really just the broccoli. It's not that it smells bad because it's bad or anything. It's just the liquefied broccoli is just terrible to smell. All right. Let's get these these guys home. They're running for their lives right now. I'm trying not to squish them. Oh, there's not much left of this. Oh, there you go. All right, I think I got them all. Whoa, there's not much left here, but that's okay. All right, so literally just the exact same thing I did last time. There's a lot of worms in here. Again, each of these bins should have had around 2,500. No one's ever going to count them. I mean, there probably is some people that would actually count them. I've seen videos. There's this one guy that said, when you live alone, counting worms isn't the worst thing to do. And while I disagree, counting individual worms sounds like the worst thing I could possibly do with my time. You know, it's to each his own, right? So this is going to be an extremely long video. I hope people stay till the end, but if they don't, they don't. And then you don't see all this goodness of worminess. Incidentally, and this is the reason I'm just making this really long video, random jibber jabber, is I have my neighbor who's probably going to see this video. He wants one. He wants a worm farm and whatnot. Yeah, no idea if he's going to actually do it, but he said he wants to do one in his cottage. But my other friend down the street, she just thinks this is the most hilarious thing in the world. And when our kids went to gym together a couple weeks back, she's like, "Can I tell my friend? Can I tell my friend what you're doing? I just think it's hilarious." So, anyways, yeah. So there is lots of worms all over this bin, which is why I'm splitting it up, because I want them to mate. I am not seeing a whole bunch of cocoons at all. I'm not at all surprised, because there's too dense of a population in here for a lot of mating to be happening. They probably all feel like the population's just too large. They're not really mating. So, and that's exactly what happens, right? When they think that they're going out of style and there's not enough of them, they make lots of babies. But when there is this much, they say, hey, we don't have enough food and space to sustain ourselves. So, oh God. So yeah, and there might be some mating here, but I haven't seen any of the mating yet. So, which is exactly why I'm moving this bin around and splitting the bin up. Oh, what's going on here? So this bin is a really good moisture consistency. It's just smells like kind of like, I don't want to say pungent earth, but moist earth kind of thing, right? And I mean, there's just so many little worm clumps that it's not breaking apart, only because they are the ones that are actually like holding the freaking earth together. But like, you can't go anywhere and not see a couple hundred of these little buggers, kind of everywhere. So anyways, I've aerated this nicely. There was no excess moisture or anything like that in here. And so yeah, so now I think what I'm going to do is shift this bad boy over. So that's roughly in there. Okay. I think so. Over on the new bin, I segmented about half of it. I should have prepared more, but that's okay. All right. See all the wormies. The wormies are flying. The wormies are flying. All right. That's a terrible noise. I do apologize if you can hear the little shrieking noise. Also, tell me how the audio quality is. I'm wearing a lapel mic. I don't really want to. I do have some other options of stuff that I currently own. I'm definitely not going to go out and buy anything else, but I can try couple other mics. They're just a bit more annoying than this one. I bought this one specifically for videos in this room. So I hope it's satisfactory. But okay. I feel like the last couple bins probably got more of my little pre-composted stuff, but damn, that's a bad noise. But it is what it is. Yeah, they definitely did. Oh well. Like, I mean, even then, like you can see they're friggin' everywhere. So it's not like these worms are hurting for anything. There's little random pieces of food here or there. I don't know what this was. There's a worm sticking out of it, so I mean it can't be, not too bad. All right, so some worm chow, about a quarter cup. I hate pouring it right on them, but they're literally everywhere, so it's not like I can help it. And there is some more of this delicious slop. This is the more moist stuff. They're probably not getting as much as the last bins, but it is what it is. It'll all even out in the end. Because, again, they had quite a bit of food matter in here already. When it comes to the cardboard and the whatnot. All right. I think I'll probably give the other bin just a bit of extra worm chow because there's not as much left. And yeah. All right. So, cardboard. Theme of the day. So again, you always want lots of cardboard. You don't want drying out your bin, but you want lots of cardboard. And because they eat it, obviously, right? I mean, for the newer people here, they eat cardboard. This is they want carbon. They can eat wood, roots, whatever, right? Anything that's brown, basically anything that was from a tree for the most part. And see, this is what I don't want. They need to stay in their home. And obviously I probably just dropped them by accident. So here is, I need to keep the food, but probably should pour it on the sides and not there. Yummy. Wouldn't you like that for dinner? Probably not. All right. Let's try to put this back. There's not much left of it. You know what? I'm actually just gonna. It'll be way more frustrating than anything to try to do anything with. So I'm gonna throw it into my other bin over here. I don't know if you can see me doing that over here, but I'm just gonna shred pieces of this up and put new cardboard on there, or new newspaper and stuff on there. That'll help retain the moisture better. I hope you can see what I'm doing. My apologies if you can't. So I just kind of shredded it all up, and it'll be kind of a bottom layer. Get to that one again in a second. And put another spray on here. There. I'll have to put some, well, actually I'll use the cardboard I have, or I keep saying that. I'll use the plastic I have on this one, and I'll get some more plastic after. There. Okay. There. So, bin 304 done. And now for the last one. I think I'm going to throw just a little bit of extra cardboard at the bottom for no other reason than I probably should have more of this. Oh, and look at that. I can move this to a better angle now. There. Look at that. I really hope these now think there's a little bit of extra space to breed. Don't really know. But clearly there's still too many in here. But there's only so much I'm going to mess with these bins. So I'm going to wait a week. Probably. I mean, maybe I'll wait less, but I'll probably wait a week. So this side over here had the most of the cardboard. Yeah, see, there's not enough food in. I did not plan this very well for these poor guys. Oh well. And a lot of this is longer food too, but it is what it is. There's still a lot of stuff in here. So I'm gonna give them kind of like, I don't know, it's probably a third of a cup, I guess, because it was a very, very heaping quarter cup. There. So probably what I'm going to do now if I can get some pressure out of this darn thing. Let's just grab whatever else I can grab. Yeah, so this bin is pretty moist now, especially underneath. So, cardboard. Banana peel. Here. I think that's going to be kind of good for now. Again, I don't want to dry out the bin out too much with all this cardboard, so give it a little spritz, but certainly not enough to make it too wet or anything. The face of the cardboard is going to get wet, but that'll evaporate pretty quickly. And the bottom of this bin is probably going to be pretty damp, but that is a-okay. Where is... All right, so one of these guys here. And yes, it's the same flyer. I grabbed like 8 of these flyers. Or maybe more, I don't know. But I grabbed a lot. All right. So I still need to put the plastic on these 2. But other than that, we should be in business. All right. Well, I think that's good for now. So again, this is Troy, and I'm pretty much done for now. I split my 4 bins up, or my 2 bins into 4. Again, I'm definitely going to be doing this in a week or less. I already have 1 more bin, and I think that's probably what I'm just going to do. And then when I have to split them again, I have to put another shelf in my closet. And then I can put 2 more bins. And then after that, Well, I need to get creative in here. So anyways, yeah, thank you very much. And I know what the title of this with the YouTube channel is going to be. I just haven't said it in any of these videos yet, but if you actually stayed till this point, put it in the comments, because this is going to be the last thing I say in this very long video. So I'm curious how many people actually get to this point. The company name and the channel name is going to be BBR Worms. It stands for my son, Blake Brian Roberge. So yeah, anyways, so that's pretty much it. So if you actually stayed to the end of this video, kudos to you. Please do me a favor, like, subscribe, and type in the comments just BBR, and that's going to be good enough for me. Thank you very much. Have yourselves a great day, and I'll be posting more soon.